Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters out there. Z the Truth again, Zakaria, back again. Another video. It's been a while. Like I said, I'm trying to do them weekly now. Never got into why I stopped, but you know, my perspective was off. You know, what I originally said that I was going to accomplish or that I was putting out there to do, I got deterred. I started thinking too much and started looking for feedback and things that I shouldn't have been looking for. So I'm going back to true authenticity, if that's the right way I'm saying the word. Unapologetic, unrehearsed, straight up, you know, reading my stuff. Again, if it reaches one person only, then that's what it is. You know, I can't deter and move away from my purpose and my vision. You know, spiritual arc is about creative change, is about the transformation of the universe. It's about a collective gathering of a tribe of individuals that want to elevate themselves and change the frequency levels. It's about creating a generation of, you know, children and adults that's going to live a better life and have a better existence than we have. So that's the part that God put on me to put on this planet to do, and that's what I'm going to do. So my writings, they come from my soul, they come from my spirit. You know, Zakaria means God remembers. So with all that being said, I'm 1 minute, almost 2 minutes in. I'm really gonna try nowadays to not be long-winded. I'm gonna read from the book and look at the video, and that's what I'm gonna do. I got some new camera equipment that I just got for free from a cousin, but I might use that, maybe not. But anyway, diving right on in. Love you guys. Let me just dive in to the writing. I'm reading off the book, like I said. I ain't got my glasses today, so I'm restrained, but it's gonna be okay. This one right here is called "This is truly the Matrix. It's time to unplug." So let's dive on in now. For decades, many of us have been entertained and sometimes often stunned and thrown off by the messages and realness of many movies. One particular deep and mind-blowing movie that comes to mind is The Matrix. For all y'all youngins, I don't know, but look it up, The Matrix. We all remember Neo, Morpheus, the Oracle, and Trinity. I butchered that name, but it's okay. And the roles they played. We all remember, can't forget, the red pill and the blue pill. By taking either one, it potentially created an unsettling or life-changing truth. By taking the blue pill, one would decide to remain and continue to be ignorant, making a conscious decision to continue to live in an illusion, accepting the ways of this dysfunctional world. By taking a red pill, one would decide to embrace the painful truth of the world we live in and wake up. A major question we ask ourselves is, what's better, to free our minds or to continue to live in blissful ignorance? So let us examine what this looks like. The blue pill, blissful ignorance. Yes, life is hard, or at least we make it that way. Born into a world where from birth we start out conditioning, trying to allow infants and children to be free from responsibilities and protecting and shielding them from the harsh realities of the world. Attempting to keep them from physical, emotional, and mental pain as best as we can. Trying to allow them to live in joy, peace, and happiness and love as this world was intended to protect and resonate. But this quickly comes to an end as we introduce them to the real world that exists. We introduce them to a world where one's own views and concepts don't line up with the mainstream, are not welcomed. So basically, you know, when they go against the grain, basically, that's what I'm saying. We teach them a world full of systems that define who they are and who they will be. The educational, economic, religious, political, and cultural systems to mold and condition them. We indoctrinate them. Indoctrinate. I'm butchering that word again too. With ideas, opinions, beliefs that take away from their true natural identity and steal their true joy, love, and innocence, and oftentimes even their hope. We do this in the way we are taught. We go to schools, we go to colleges, we obtain degrees, then we obtain a job to continue to an economical system of this world, working for someone, some city, some state, some company, some agencies, but never for ourselves. I mean, we never teach them to do for themselves, to think for themselves, to be individuals, to have their own identity, to have their own culture. We just teach them to indoctrinate and just to submerge themselves in the systems that's already created. That's just my summary of it. We teach them to buy into a system that will produce and solidify accomplishments and success. We then get that nice fancy car, nice apartment, house, and all those tangible items that make us feel good. We work hard, we deserve it, right? We don't worry if it's not really necessary. Doesn't matter. Because it makes us feel good, it makes us look good. The latest cell phone, shoes, sneakers, designer bag, expensive brand name clothing, producers and manufactured by individuals that make billions and billions and billions of dollars off of us. That's a whole nother separate writing there about the corporations that really, pimp us out. But the nicer, the better. The more expensive, the more we show how far we've come. That's true status. So that's what is blissful ignorance, in my opinion. Is it that we choose to ignore reality? If so, but what cost? At what cost? We ignore the fact that we sell our souls for tangible gain. We give up our peace, our freedom, our innocence, our happiness, our love, our hope, our individuality, and our family sometimes. However, we are often unaware of the reality that when we give up these things, we often give up our soul of pursuing. We give up our soul to pursue the fake American dream, which is ultimately a trap to keep us in a rat race, to keep us enslaved to our jobs, to our debt, to that inner box thinking when we choose to keep our heads buried in the sand. The red pill. Now that was a lot for the blue pill. The red pill, simplify, freedom, awakening, change. The red pill, again, simplified, because I'm only 8 minutes in. Freedom, awakening, and change. Allowing oneself to see the world for what it is. Now I'm just going to read this because I want to read this right. Allowing ourselves to see the world for what it is, and the reality is that in front of our face, to stand up for justice and equality, to be a change agent, to be an individual driven by hopes and dreams, to seek financial independence, to be devoted to creating generational wealth for our families and our children's children, to find and connect to one's true purpose, helping to make this world a better place, to be devoted to elevating oneself to the highest vibration level, developing the best version of oneself, and reconnecting to that spiritual being that you were created to be. We are the kings and queens created for royalty.